Hello students, and welcome to this week's Bible video. Years ago, I can remember the Pittsburgh Steelers being a very good football team. The offense was exciting, the defense was completely shut down, and it was just a fun time to be a football fan. And if you had the opportunity to see the Steelers that year, and they actually won the Super Bowl that year, but if you had the opportunity to see them, to see that team and how exciting and shut down they were, you would probably take hold of a ticket and go there without a question. Now, that season, something like that happened to me. I was given an opportunity to go watch that team, and I said absolutely yes. I wanted to be a part of that crowd and to see such a dominant football team. And I went, and it was exciting. And I can remember being in the stands and just thinking, wow, how special it is that I'm getting a chance to watch this team and how good this team was. Now, if you read the New Testament in the Gospels, when you can tell when Jesus went somewhere, it wasn't usually just by himself. Usually he drew a crowd of people to come hear what he had to say. I couldn't imagine how special it would have been to be in a crowd when Jesus was speaking or when Jesus was performing miracles. To be in a crowd witnessing some of those miracles, that would just be so amazing. And I'm sure that it would just completely blow the Steelers game out of the water that I attended and said it was so special and great. I bet it was a very special thing to be in a crowd when Jesus was there. Now, there had to be a special feeling when you were watching Jesus because, one, he was doing things that we call miracles. He was healing people. He was helping people who had disabilities their entire life. Jesus was doing some amazing things. Let's read Matthew chapter 15, verses 29 through 31. Jesus returned to the Sea of Galilee and climbed a hill and sat down. A vast crowd brought him people who were lame, blind, crippled, those who couldn't speak, and many others. They laid them before Jesus, and he healed them all. The crowd was amazed. Those who hadn't been able to speak were talking, the crippled were made well, the lame were walking, and the blind could see again. And they praised the God of Israel. It's amazing. People were coming to Jesus, and people were coming to Jesus who were mute. People were coming to Jesus who were crippled. People were coming to Jesus who couldn't see. And he was helping them. He was helping them to speak, helping them to hear, helping them to maybe walk again. Now, those verses tell us the kind of impact that Jesus had on people. He was able to do that. So let's fast forward to the year 2020, the year we're in now. And my question is, does Jesus still perform miracles like that? Also, another question, does Jesus still draw crowds? Well, the answer is yes and yes. Miracles and healings, they're something that didn't stop 2,000 years ago. No, miracles happen today still. And sometimes miracles happen and we're not even paying attention, or sometimes we don't even realize it. And this is a point that we want to get across. Whether we're paying attention or not, Jesus Christ's love is being displayed. Even if we turn a blind eye or we're not paying attention, his love is still being displayed. So last year we had a theme in youth group, and the theme was worth the investment. And that meant two things. One, it meant God can impact our life so much in such a positive way that he is absolutely worth investing into. And number two, it meant that we need to remember God's love is so much, and he loves us so much that he was willing to invest into us. He was willing to send his only son to die for our sins. We are all in need of Christ's love. We are all in need of his healing touch. Now, the next question I ask is, do you think that those people in the crowd, do you think that they knew what was going on, or they knew exactly what was happening or what was going to happen. They probably didn't. But something that they did know is that they knew that they needed to be in that crowd. They knew that they needed to go see Jesus. When Jesus was somewhere, people always came to him because people knew that there was something special. And they were thinking, he can help. He can help me. So that's exactly what we need to do. We need to go to Jesus. It's as simple as that. We need to go to Jesus. We need to let him heal. So here are this week's discussion questions. Question number 1, what kind of impact can Jesus have on a person's life? Question number 2, are there still miracles that happen today? And lastly, why should we invest in Jesus? Jesus, he has heard all of our cries. He listens to us when we cry out. He knows when we are hurting. And guess what? He will heal us. He will help us. But we need to go to Jesus. Thank you for watching, everyone, and God bless.